This is Irontrader. Now the pit's closed here at 2:30, and about 10 minutes ago. So we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily chart. Now remember, the API report will be out today at 4:30, so that's going to be very, very key to watch. Also, that EIA report will be out on Wednesday at 10:30, so we're going to stay sharp and be all over that. That could be a change, or at least give us a good a view of what's going on. Now remember that hurricane season is we're right upon it here. Now we had that real bad hurricane came through Jamaica, and then it went through Mexico, and then it went into the Texas area. However, if it doesn't shut the rigs down, okay, then oil is not going to go higher. So you think, well, geez, I got a hurricane, oil is going to go higher. Well, not necessarily. Only if you shut those rigs down. But they did shut the ports down, which means they shut down the all the refineries, kind of a situation, and you can't get the fuel out. So what do you need oil for? Okay, if you already can't make the fuel, kind of a situation. So always look at the big picture here. Nothing is ever what it seems. Okay, so here we have the old daily chart of crude. Let's see what we got here. Okay, now you can see here double top situation, pretty much just like what we had here. Okay, so this is what we have. As soon as we found out that hurricane was coming in here and they're closing the ports down, then she shut her down real quick here. Okay, so now we have a series of lower highs and lower lows here, and you're below that key 8 simple moving average. Now that being said, UCO was a really good scalper here today. I got a point out of it here so far, and matter of fact, I'm back in it right now. I'm in at 33.45. I have a break-even stop here. It's sitting at 33.60. Okay, so what we have going on here, we put in that series of lower lows. So today's low here was 81.25. Okay, so we just look to the left here. Okay, so you have 81.38. No, one a little bit past that. Then you have 80.97. So it held that level right there. Okay, your next level we're looking at here, if it keeps on selling, is 80.51. And then this is going to be your key level. It was going to be 80.63. This is your 21 simple moving average. Okay, right below that we have that 100-day at 80.38. But this should be really good support if it comes down to this level. Now again, if it happens to break this, then we have this your 50-day right down here. You're looking at 70.35. Okay, and we have your 200-day sitting just right below that at 79.27. But here's what we had. We had that left shoulder here, your head, your right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders pattern. And basically here was your neckline kind of a situation. So you're sitting at 80.62. So you're right above that neckline here right now. So even if it comes down here, as long as it holds that neckline, this thing can bounce right back up here very, very easily. And then also got to look at seasonality this time of the year here. You got that summer driving going on here. You got the hurricane season. All that kind of stuff is still very, very much in play here. Okay, so just because they have a little sell-off here, that doesn't mean the end of the world kind of a situation. So just watch that 21-day. That's going to be very, very key. And that 100-day, if that's lost, then we'll come right down to that 79.35 level here, and then we'll come right down to that right here, that 79.27 level. That's that 200 simple moving average. Upside, very, very simple here. We look to yesterday's low. That's the first thing. That's 82.08, and that really is this level here. Okay, see where you have this, you have 81.90, and you have 82.04, and that there was 82.08. So that was a really nice. That's going to be a good, probably strong resistance level here, but this is going to be key right here. The 82.59. That's your 8 simple moving average. Okay, now again, if you can get above all that here, then we can just track it right on up here. Just look to the low of that candle. You have 82.72. We have 83.02. Then we have yesterday's high at 83.32. And these are all your upside targets going on here. Okay, so then you have 83.64. We have 83.93, and then we have 84.38, and your big retest up there is 84.52. So here's what we got here, just basic. I always like to show you where it can go or where it can go upside and downside, okay? But right now what you do is you really on the upside, this is what you want to watch is that 8-day, okay? 82.59, very, very key. You close above, she's going higher. Downside, right here is this 21 estimate. On a closing basis, what I'm talking about here, okay? So if it closes below that, then here is your target, your 79.35 here level. Now, obviously, if we lost all this here, then we can just track these candles here right on down here. But then we're going to start getting, then it's going to start falling off the map here real quick like, okay? So right now, just watch that 21-day on the bottom and watch that 8 SMA here on the top. Now you can see your RSI here coming off a little bit. I don't really care for this scenario here because you had a really nice, good bullish momentum here going, okay? Nice big slingshot happening here. And now it looks like it wants to go over. Now, again, it doesn't necessarily have to roll over here. You know what I'm saying? It could come down, pinch down, and come right back up again. So let's just see how it all trades. So just watch that 21 on downside and that 8 simple moving gamut on the inside, upside, and just trade that range. Now, remember, watch that API report tonight. So it should be pretty much a tell on see where exactly where Crude is going. We had that 4th of July holiday here here in the U.S. So that was very, very critical. A lot of travel going on here, you know what I mean, and for a long period of times here. So let's see how it all shakes out. Never have an opinion. Just trade what's in front of you. Okay, let's take a look here on natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Now, you know, I pointed out there many a times here. See this negative divergence going on here? That was one of your first tells. Okay, see we have a high going on here. See, and then we have a higher high, but we have a lower high. See that negative divergence, and then she's coming right on down. Another bearish cross here. See when you have the green goes over the red, that's what I'm fearing about with the oil. Then that's a sell signal. Okay, that means you want to get out or get short, however you trade. Okay, here's another kiss of death right here. So when that 8-day crosses over that 21-day, now you cross over the 50-day, now you head towards the 200-day. That's a kiss of death to the upside. So when we look at this chart here, you watched my video this morning, I said, yes, okay, we held half that candle, made a higher high and a higher low, but just watch where that 200-day is, okay, right here. See this 200-day? 2.46. Now, today we got as high as 2.448, so let's call it about 2.45. So right there was your resistance, and you notice the topping tail that we put in there, okay? Now, we have that 8-day sitting right there, 2.46 sitting right there. When these futures open here at 6 o'clock, this 8-day is going to cross over that 200-day, and she's going to go lower, and so is that price. Now, somehow I get a catalyst, say this busts up, then right here, this is what you're going to be watching. 2.54. Okay, so if you can get above that, boom, you can take the 2.54. Now, actually, it was good scalping here on UNG was a good scalp. I got 50 cents out of that. KOLD, that was a good scalp. Got a point out of that. So this was a lot of really good trading here. It's just that always when you see these the 200-day and that 8-day, and we see that crossover, that's a brick wall. Okay, you're not getting through there the first time. Okay, it's like when you're a kid, you're trying to rock over a Coke machine. You got to rock it. You're never going to get it over the first time. You got to rock it. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what you have to do here. You're never going to blast through that the first time. You're always going to go there. It's going to hit a brick wall, and it's going to come right on down. So just upside, just watch that 200-day and this 8 SMA. Very, very key. If you can get above that, then we have your 50-day. Okay, so again, if you give above that, we can follow those candles, but realistically, here's your target right here, is that 21-day at 2.71. Okay, now downside, well, obviously you want to watch today's low. That's sitting at 2.33. We'll come over to this candle here, looking at 2.31, and then yesterday's low at 2.26. Very, very critical because here it is. See how that is right across here? So as this thing runs up here, see how you put that topping tail in? Then we went sideways action, but that's where it broke out of the top of that candle at 2.66 and then 2.26. See, that's where it ran up. So that now becomes support, and look how nice it held support. Now again, if that's lost, it will come right to the bottom here, okay, of the rest of these candles here. So you're looking at 2.24, we're looking at 2.21, and then we have right here 2.16. We have 2.15, but realistically, this is what you're looking for, is that 100-day simple moving average. And then we'd have to see what the reaction is if it gets down to there. Is it going to bounce off that and go higher, or if it's going to break? Now, again, if this breaks, I'm just going to point out to you right here, okay? Look to the bottom here, 1.90. There's your gap. You look at the top here, 1.67. Gap, fill, it's like a magnet to a fridge, okay? So you had really good support levels right here going on here, but if that's lost, you can go right to that gap, okay? So now this becomes support levels all on this really nice run on up here. Now you just got to follow the candles. But realistically, what you want to watch is watch today's high, 2.44, and watch that low, 2.33. If that can get higher than that, well, then we know where it's going, 2.46, okay? Right there, that 8 SMA. If you get above that, you have right here, you have your 50-day. If you can get above that, you're going to that 21-day at 2.71. Now, downside, realistically, you got to watch the bottom of this candle, 2.31, and then watch this 2.26. Very, very key. If that's lost, it's going to come flying down here, 2.149. Easy. Very, very easy. Now, when you look at this RSI here, you was trying to work it today, but now you're just kind of following the bottom here. This here still looks terrible. I mean, that cross, there's no roll up, nothing. It's just going right on the side down here. So when you get this topping tail like that, be very, very careful. Have no opinion. Now, I don't have any position right now in natural gas. I just trade this during the day. It's just a hell of a lot easier. The last thing I want to do is go to sleep and have this freaking thing on my mind. You know what I'm saying? What natural gas is going to do? Well, we'll wait in the morning, because natural gas always gives you an opportunity to get in, just like it did in pre-market here with the UNG. Ran right up very, very nicely. And then boom, out with the trade. And then you can see where it couldn't hold it. And then what do you do? Boom, she comes right on down. Now, I always show you the daily chart because that's like the big picture. But if you're trading this, I use a tick chart, a 1, a 5, and a 15-minute chart. Okay, if you're like day trading, if you want to slow the trade down, you can use a 30-minute chart or an hourly or a 4-hour chart. I show those every so often there too. You can show those charts. And that kind of slows the trade right on down here. But I always like to show you what the big picture looks like here. And when you see this, that bearish cross there, you see this negative divergence, and you see that bearish cross there, that means you got to either sell your position or short that bad boy right on down. Okay, I'll be back here tomorrow morning here before 8 o'clock, and we will do it all over again. Now, remember, we'll watch that API number when those futures open here at 6 o'clock. The API number will be out at 4:30, but let's see what kind of reaction it has when that futures open there at 6 p.m. Okay, thanks for watching.